So you're going to want to start out, if you're going to wear a dark colored yukata, you want to start out with something dark underneath. If you're going to be wearing a light colored yukata, you're going to want either white or skin tone. So, because I'm wearing a dark one, and I'm under 16, the rule of thumb usually is if you are over 16, you don't want to wear a red obi. I know this looks a little bit orange, but this is red. It's a real pure red. You can wear it, usually it's acceptable up to about 18. After that, you really don't want to wear a red obi. Another thing, see this? This is a guy's obi, and this is on the same plane. It's half the size of a girl's obi. If you're a girl, do not buy these, do not wear them, because it will look absolutely absurd. So you're going to need your obi. You're going to need 2 to 3 of these things. They're called Himo. Because yukata and kimono, neither of them have buttons or zippers. You keep it on with ties. So I'll show you how to use these. You're going to need 2 or 3 of these. They don't have to be quite this long, but enough to go around you at least once. So around your stomach at least once. This is optional. This is a board. It goes underneath the obi about here, just to keep it flat in the front, because sometimes you can see the knots or the bow in the himo from underneath the obi. And of course, the most important part, your kimono, or yukata in this case. So what you're going to do is, you're going to open it. Now this is the opening, this is the front part. So you're going to want to put it through, don't put your arm through this bottom hole, because there's a hole right here. See that right there? You don't want to put your hand through that one. Put it straight through from the shoulder, and there's a hole right here. So you can do that on both sides. Wow. Get it on. And it'll just kind of hang in the front. You'll notice that it'll be long. If you've bought a yukata that's the right length, it will be too long. This is fixed easily, which makes it one size for most people. Unfortunately, my arms are kind of long, as you can see, because it should be up to about there, and if I extend my arms, it obviously is not the case. That's not terribly important. Yeah, unless you're going to be in a formal setting, it doesn't matter if your wrists show. So I know you can't see this, but there's a seam right here, and it's supposed to go down the middle of your butt. So if you can, it should meet in the front, thereabouts. And you're going to do left over right. I know that looks backwards on the screen, but if you do right over left, which would be this way, that means you're dead. So don't dress yourself the wrong way. Put the right side in first, and then put the left side in. And it should, if this is for like the summer festival, it should come up to at least the tops of your feet. And on the side here, it should come down at least most over to your hip. And right at the bottom, I don't think I can back up enough where you can see it. There should be this little triangle. I'll draw it at the end so you can see it. So now that you've got this big old billowy part, right? You're going to want to pull that up. Don't pull up the bottom, but just pull that billow up and grab one of your himo, which is one of the ties, and hold it here so that you've got it around, and then bring it all the way around. And you're going to want this pretty tight because this is the tie that holds up everything. So if this one fails you, you're kind of out of luck. You've got to redo it. So you're just going to want to tie that. I did it around myself twice. Just tighten a bow. And if you want to, you can tuck it in. So just tuck it into itself so that it doesn't hang. So now you're probably going to ask me, well, what am I going to do with all this stuff up here? Well, you're going to pull it down. Make sure that in the back there's a little bit of room so it's not straight up against your neck. See it like that? It's a little bit away. Make sure that's there. And pull this over as far as you can inside. So be toward your left. And just cross it in the front. So you'll end up with something like this. If you want to, you can put a himo here, just so that underneath your obi rather, you've got some support. Now, remember when I was saying that you would probably have a bump right here? If you don't want to have it right in front, you can pull it around. Make sure you pull it in the direction to your right. So if you want to pull it, you pull it this way. Now this is a little bit complicated. If you have a chiri obi, what I call a chiri obi, where it's in two pieces, you have the bow that's already done, and you have the part that goes around your waist. You're just going to tie it around, and then stick the bow in the back and tie it in the front. I'm going to show you how to do a bow this with the regular just one strand thing. You're going to undo it all the way, and you're going to put a part of it over your or left shoulder, and just hold it with your jaw, and you're going to pull it around yourself 2 times, hopefully if it's long enough, it should be, and try to make sure it's flat. And then you're going to want to hold it and pull tight, and you're just going to tie a knot in the back, or just, yeah, tie it off, just pull it through. And what I like to do is turn it just a little bit, and then hold it, and here I'm going to get up close. You're going to take about the width of your shoulders. Now if you're like me where you have broad shoulders, take the span of your chest, and oops, and that's going to make your bow. And you're going to, oops, and take this, you're going to flip it over 2 or 3 times, and you're going to fix it right here. Now that might actually be a little too small, I don't know. If it is, I'll redo it. So then you're going to take this, and you're going to, if you want, you can put out the other side of color, if you have a double colored thing. And you're going to want to take that and pull it around. I'm just going to do the red because it's it's what's cooperating with me right now. And you're probably going to go around it about 2 times. If you don't have enough, or if you have too much, rather, if you don't have enough, you're going to have to probably go back and redo it. But, oops, a little off kilter. There we go. So now that we're straight, you're going to see that you have this extra bit. Now you can either go up where the tail will come out the bottom, or you can go the way I went, where I did this. There's going to be this part around your waist. You're going to want to take this tail, don't leave it out, and tuck it in. If it comes out the bottom, you just push it back up and push it into the same spot. So now that you've got your bow, you're not going to want to leave it in the front, because that means you're a courtesan, because it just makes it easier to undress. You're not going to want to do that. So again, following the pattern of this, you're going to want to pull this over to your right, and then you're probably going to need to do a little bit of adjusting, but you have a flat part in the front. I'm going to take my hair out. Now if you've got the little bump like I do, there's just a little bump from where the Himo is. If you have this, you're going to want to stick it, if you put it around yourself twice, you're going to want to put it in the middle, in between it, otherwise it'll fall out. Well, I guess you could put it behind. I prefer to put it inside, just because I feel more secure about it. And then, bumpless. We have no bumps. So if you start coming apart here like I am, because I've been struggling, you can pull it down over here, but make sure that you still have a little bit that's not against your neck. At this point, you can put your hair up, you can put your shoes on. If this is for the summer festival, which is called Obon, you might want to put some shorts underneath, or something that's a little bit shorter than the bottom of the yukata, so that if you get too hot, I know this is not ladylike, and it's not what you're supposed to do, but if worst comes to worst, where it's like 100 degrees out, which I have had to wear yukata in before, you can open up this bottom part right here. You can open it up so that you get some air, because otherwise it gets really, really hot. And you can just fix it when you're done. Okay, so I forgot. I told you I was going to draw the little bottom part of the yukata when I was done. This is what it should look like. I hope you can see that. See the little triangle right there? Oops. Right there? Right about there. That's how the bottom of your yukata should look. So, yeah, that's just one last thing. I'm gonna post a video of how to fold your yukata now that you've worn it. So I will see you in a little bit. Bye bye.